Hey guys, I'm Jin, and this is gonna be a glitch guide for Fallout 4 speedrunning. The first glitch is gonna be a vendor glitch. Gonna make it so you can buy whatever you want.
Je vais jeter un coup d'œil.
Whatever vendor you want.
Pour toutes les bourses.
Just talk to Daisy or whatever vendor you want to buy from. And you get this menu up. And so you're gonna find an item that she has a lot of. It's 9 times out of 10 only gonna be ammo. So you buy, like say 38 round, you buy all of that. And then you're gonna sell back. Like it has to be less than 1/8, right? So this is 84. So say 1/8 is about 10 point something. So I'm gonna sell back 8 just to be sure. Then I'm gonna continue. Just spam E or mouse button or whatever, and you can buy those 8 ammo, or you're kind of buying her ammo but also selling it. You tricked her. So you keep selling that ammo to her, and you can see that you build up infinite for credit. And if you want to make this go faster, you can like sell a decent amount. This is a really decent amount. And then just buy all this ammo again, and you can see it starts to build up real fast. So now I can go on to like buy all her items and stuff. And she still owes me money somehow. So this is used once in the speedrun. The only time we shop it is with Daisy. So I'm gonna cancel that. So the next glitch is pistol clipping. So load this save. Basically, clipping is when you get through a wall or a roof or a floor or whatever. So I'm here. We're gonna drop preferably a pipe pistol or a 10mm pistol. You can also use shotguns or whatever items. It has to be in that size range. You can use items like cones, which I actually used 3 times in the run because we don't have any better items. But it's gonna make it a lot harder. This is the good size, and also the weight of the item has something to say. This pipe pistol is a great item considering how many there are of them to find. You're gonna find like a corner like this. It can't be on the wall, it has to be a corner. Then you basically turn with your back against the corner and basically just hold S and like wiggle your mouse a little bit to make it easier. And then I clipped out of the corner. Really easy. And now I COC'd, which is basically when you fall so far and out of bounds that it teleports you back to the kind of the center on the cell, which is probably what COC stands for. So that's really easy. You can also hold. This is a really easy corner to do it in. For some harder corners you might have better luck holding A and S or S and D, and kind of adjusting the angle with that. This one is not really useful. I prefer to hold A and S or S and D for most clips because it makes them a lot more consistent. So just stand here, grab the gun, walk back, hold S, maybe a little wiggle by the mouse, and you're through, right? A lot of corners are really hard. That one is really easy, which is why it shows it. So there's other areas where clipping you upwards like that won't really work out too good, which is what I'm gonna show you now. There you have to do a horizontal gun clip, or shortened to HGC by like try-hard speedrunners. You just drop a gun and crouch, position yourself and grab it. As you see, if I just clip upwards, it's gonna put me through the roof. I'm not gonna be able to show you because it's a bit hard with this one, but just trust me, that's what's gonna happen. So you're gonna the difference is between that you're not clipping upwards or vertically, you're clipping horizontally. So you're gonna walk back into the corner, just holding S, it doesn't really cut it. So I like it to stand in this corner and turn clockwise or through the door, like that. And some people like to do it in the other corner, then you have to then you will have to turn the other way, like that. But basically, oh, this is a really nice bug. Okay, I'm just gonna drop another gun now. So can this game please stop? This game is a bit weird. Basically, I'm gonna grab this, hold S, always hold S for clips by the way. Then if I'm doing this corner, I hold S, and you always turn against like the wall behind you. This is like, imagine this is the wall besides you, this is behind you, always turn away from this wall towards the wall behind you, the one you want to get through. And then usually you need to help with A or D. With this corner you're gonna have to use A, which is kind of the opposite from the way you are turning. If you turn to the right, hold A, which is to the left. For this you're gonna have to hold D. So that is gonna make you able to kind of clip through like this. It didn't launch me upwards, which would have taken me up to the roof and made it really horrible. Okay, so next glitch is gonna be load warping. I'm gonna use this save. Basically what it is, you're gonna use a load zone, like a cave entrance or a linear entrance, like I'm gonna show you now. A linear, by that I mean you walk into it and it fades to black. You can use doors, but that's a lot harder. It's done once in the run, in the very end, in the institute. So basically I have a quick save, right? And then with that quick save, it has stored that I have 4 pipe pistols, 3 pipe auto pistols. I'm gonna drop all those guns, right? And then you will assume walking through this cave entrance, or I'm not gonna call it cave entrances. Walking through that, and when you load into the other side, you're gonna have no guns, right? Because you just dropped them. But if you, when it starts to fade to black, if you interrupt that script with a quick load script, it's gonna start loading your quick save, which is gonna load you back in here or wherever you put it. And then it still remembers, oh, I have to load him into outside of Diamond City, and so it does that. So it kind of combines the area of the hard save with the quick save. It puts the quick save character through that load zone. So now I have no pipe pistols. Going through this should still have no pipe pistols. I'm gonna combine going through this with a quick load, so here it goes. So I walked into the load zone, pressed quick load when it was starting to fade to black, and you can see there it started to load quick save, then like blinked for a second and started to load again. That is the double load screen. You will always get that when load warping. Basically loading a quick save, then loading that quick save through a load zone. Right? So now I'll go through, and normally you should okay, you shouldn't have any pipe pistols, but look at that, I have pipe pistols, just like on my quick save character. So this is a very basic example. This is usually used in speedruns of Fallout 4, where you have this save or another save, it doesn't really matter, as long as it's next to a load zone, where you make a quick save. For example, if you're way deep into a building or cave or something, and you want to get out real fast because you've done whatever you wanted to do, then you load a hard save and load warp, so you get to, like, say here really fast, even though you were just deep inside the place, which will take a lot of time exiting. So that is basically load warping. There are a variation called fuck warping made or discovered by Havard. I'm not gonna go into it because it's not relevant at all to any percent speedrun. So now we have punch warping. So punch warping and another glitch that I'm kind of going to go over afterwards is kind of work in the same way. I have a melee weapon, you have to have that, and a mine, or an NPC, or a grenade, or whatever you can attack with in VATS. I attack it now, and it's gonna start attacking. I cancel it to a tab just to make it not explode in my face. So if I throw it over here, try to attack it, I have to be in like decent range. I can't be way up here, because it's gonna be too far. But like in decent range, I attack it, and you see that it exploded. But I stood here and it instantly teleported me to here. I can attack it. Now you can cancel that teleportation by like throwing it between some stuff. So by doing this, okay, that didn't really work. So you see there, I'm kind of used to cancelling it, but you can see there I tried to attack it, it wouldn't let me. I was just standing there, then cancelled it. So it didn't go through with the teleport sequence it's gonna do. So if I throw a mine now up here, it's gonna try to teleport me to this mine in order to attack it, but it still remembers the coordinates from the other mine. So if I attack it, it's gonna put me to here, to the other mine, where I set it up. Now this is really useful. In this area, exact where we stand here, you can... So I mentioned it has to be enabled to be attacked without putting you out of bounds. So if you stand here, throw it at the corner, and you gotta be a bit fast, but if I were to teleport to it, it would take me through the wall and place me out of bounds, and the game doesn't want that, right? So it's not gonna do that. And now it's stored the coordinates there. So I can pick up a cake pan, go out here, go out here. I won't do that. And get into here and grab the prototype, what you do in normal any percent runs. When I'm done with that, I can throw a mine or something, attack it, and I'm instantly next to this door, which makes it extremely useful for leaving this area really fast. So basically it just stores your coordinates at some place and lets you instantly teleport to it or warp to it, which is why we call it punch warping, because you punch and you warp. Seems legit, right? So another glitch that works on the same principle is cover sliding. So you have this mechanic. I stand behind cover, my gun is like put down because this is a wall, right? And I can shoot through it. So I'm in cover, right? And I can peek out of cover by holding aim a bit stupid with this pipe. So I hold aim. And then it stores the coordinate where I'm standing here. So it peeks me out, that's animation. And if I start holding the V button, which is the default keybind for third person, and release aim, and then release third person, it never finished that animation of like peeking me back behind cover. So when I take out my gun again, and I have to be in first person in order to do that, it puts me to that exact coordinates, right? Now it only seems to work to affect the X and Y, which is like the sideways and forwards coordinates, not the Z axis. So this is also extremely useful in order to, like, it's kind of not that great because you can only travel to places you already been. So like, but if I set it up there and like I have to get back there after doing something up here, say I want to go to this corner, I want to go back down there, I can set up a cover slide and then slide to it, saving a little bit of time. It's a very small example, but the thing is, with this game we have a coordinate system. Most games probably have it, and I can show it. Oh, let's set get position X. So this says my X coordinates are 5099. The 0 is the center of a map. So if your X, Y and Z coordinates are at 0 each, you're at the center of the map. Now 5099, it doesn't really tell much to people who don't know about the game, but it is not a lot, right? If I stand like here, it's, yeah, so it's 5100, right? But the outdoors map is, which is here, is, so this is the center of the map, and we want to go out one way, that's 120,000. That is minus 120,000, and so on the each axis. So then again, out of 100,000, 5,000 is like this much maybe. It's not very much. So it's really insignificant. So if I set up a cover slide or a punch warp, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do a punch warp actually, because it's a bit easier. Oh, have to have a melee weapon. Keep forgetting that. Got a changed scene. There we go. Set up a punch warp. I set that up, and now, okay, just for demonstration purposes, that is 4700x and minus 2800 on the y-axis. It doesn't really matter. So that is relatively close to the center of the map. It's like 10 to 20 seconds of running. Not a whole lot, right? This has the potential of crashing my game, because it tries to load a lot of area really fast. But okay, so I draw mine and punch warp to it, and it's gonna start loading the map because it's a really far distance. And now I'm in the water, right next to an area called Green Tech Genetics, and that area is on the map. It's right here, which is on this map. It's about here. It's more or less the center of the map, which makes it really useful in this speedrun. So we use this to get from Museum of Freedom to here in a matter of few seconds. Otherwise this would be like 3-4 minutes of really good sprinting, a good route. So it's a bit useful to use those coordinates. What you also can do is, for example, if you have the coordinates inside of one area, set up a punch warp there, leave to another area with usually indoor maps, and deploy that there. It's gonna put you to those coordinates, but those coordinates correlate to a different place because it's not the same indoor cell. So that can be useful to reaching some areas way faster. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this glitch guide. Are a lot more glitches, It's a Bethesda game. I don't have time to go through them all. That would take a very long time. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed if you watched this far. And bye, you guys.